Well, he's a man that needs no introduction. You know him well. Jacksonville's own. He's been all over the place, from the national championship game last night to back in Jacksonville. And did you know this? Tim Tebow is part owner of the Jacksonville Icemen. So add that to the resume as well. Tim, great to see you, man. And how did this all come about to get involved with the Icemen?
Well, good to see you. Thanks for having me. Honestly, it started with relationships with Andy Kaufman and the ownership of the Iceman, and getting to know them and be able to spend time. And it's really important for me to have great relationships with people that I'm around and involved with. And so I just really liked all the people and Jason and just the whole team. And then it also, when this opportunity came up, it was important for me to also just invest in a city that has invested so much in me and be able to love them. And so to be able to have a tiny piece of this team and support the city of Jacksonville, and it could be a place where people can find enjoyment and fun and fulfillment and a lot of smiles. I thought that was pretty cool, and I wanted to take that opportunity.
Well, you've always stayed connected to Jacksonville, but whether it is being a part owner of the Icemen or just coming back and speaking to youth groups, church groups, having a home in Jacksonville,
Yep.
why has it been so important? You could live anywhere, all right? I mean,
Yeah.
you go all over the place. You're hardly home to begin with, but why has it been so important for you to stay connected in some way, shape, and form to the River City?
I think it's because Jacksonville means a lot to me. And so many people here have invested in me. And while we do get the chance, me and my wife, to travel around the world, and she's from the other side of the world, and we do, one of our thoughts and sort of goals is that we want to get to every country in the world. Like, we love it. We want to, be able to bring faith, hope, and love to people all over the world. But we also want to do that in our backyard. And there's something special about home. And for the way that Jacksonville has embraced, my wife Demi, coming from South Africa, for the way it's taken care of me. I can, I still, if I'm going to my parents' house, I still, will drive by Normandy and Lakeshore and so many of the places I played basketball and everything. And so it just means a lot. And so, while we get the chance to do some fun things and go all over the place, there's still, you don't want to be too cheesy, but no place like home.
Yeah, Faith and Family Night will be Friday night, Jacksonville Iceman game. And then you'll speak after. You can still get tickets, by the way, jacksonvilleiceman.com for Faith and Family Night with Tim Tebow. Some of the proceeds will go to the Tim Tebow Foundation. Everybody knows what a great job Tim does, not only here in Jacksonville, but all over the world with the Tim Tebow Foundation. You speak to so many folks. How does your message change? Is it similar? What will you speak about on Friday night for the folks that will be there?
Well, I think, yes, your message changed based on the time, based on the place, based on the people, what's happening. It always is changing, because I want to always be learning and growing. But I think at the same time that the truth doesn't change, that God loves us and He has a purpose for us. And part of our purpose is to be able to help one another, and especially in this time, right? And so while we're always learning and growing and changing and trying to get better every day, is there are some truths that we get to hold on to. And so to answer that question, I think, yes, it's both. And so I'm excited about this opportunity on the Faith and Family Night. I'm excited about the proceeds, and that it's going to make an impact in our community. It's going to rescuing girls here in our community out of trafficking. It's going to fight for people that can't fight for themselves in our community. But I also hope that the event is a time where there's a lot of laughs and smiles and joy, and a time where, in a safe way and a social distance way, it still can be a time where people can have that fellowship and feel like, what, we still have a great community here in Jacksonville.
Well, you can be a part of it. JacksonvilleIceman.com, the place to go for tickets. It's Friday night, Faith and Family Night. The Icemen are so fun to watch. It's a great environment, great game. So go watch some hockey and then go see Tim Tebow as well. You can do it on JacksonvilleIceman.com. All right, the elephant in the room, man, the big story, whether you were in South Florida yesterday, here in Jacksonville, you can feel it. Are you going to skate for the Jacksonville Icemen? Are you going to?
I got to tell you, I am not going to skate, nor have I ever skated in my life. And it would be a absolute tragedy if I put on skates and tried to skate. I promise it would probably be some broken bones.
Yeah. Well, you thought I was going in a different direction with that
I
question.
did.
Most likely. You are close to one man named Urban Meyer, and there are a lot of reports and curiosity around Jacksonville with the Jaguars. You can break the news, man. We're just friends here. You can let us know what's the latest with Urban Meyer. Everybody wants to know.
I'll tell you what, we've had the chance to talk a lot. We talked a little bit ago, and I love him. He's like a father figure to me, and if he accepts a job at the next level, whether that be Jacksonville or another team, then I'm going to be supportive of him and cheer for him or root him on and do everything I can to help. And if he doesn't, then I'll also be supportive because he's doing a great job of being a husband and a dad and a grandfather. And I'll tell you what, he's a lot softer as a grandfather than he was as a coach. Let me just be honest with you, right? He didn't give us everything we wanted. He gives his grandkids everything they want. So that he is, I think, if he decides to take a job, then I think he'll do it for the right reasons, and he'll have a lot of support, especially for me.
The college game is different than the NFL game, but this guy is third all time in winning percentage in college. Can it translate to the NFL level, especially now where it seems like the college and NFL game are as close as they've ever been?
Yes, I think it absolutely can translate, and especially from him, because he's not a system guy. He's not just bringing a system or a scheme, right? Sometimes you hire coaches because they have a certain scheme. No, this is a guy that knows how to motivate people and motivate men and inspire people, and he's not bringing a system. He has a million systems. He had a different system at Bowling Green, Utah, Florida, Ohio State. What he's bringing is a culture, is principles, is a buy-in, is something that I think would be special. And I think it will work at any level because I don't think he would rest until it did.
Yeah, who knows if Urban Meyer ends up here? We'll find out probably in the next a day, two, whatever. But we do think Trevor Lawrence is coming to Jacksonville as a number one overall pick, and this guy seems to have all the tools, Tim. Quarterback play. What makes Trevor Lawrence so special? Why should Jags fans be so excited about the prospects of this guy being the franchise QB?
Well, you're right. He does have all the tools, but I think he also has the intangibles as well. He's played in a lot of big games. He's played well under pressure. He's a good young man. I think he's someone that you can build a franchise around. I think he has a chance to be a staple. I think he has the chance to be a very high character young man for your team, for your organization. So I think there's a lot of great things going for Trevor. I believe in him and I'm rooting for him. But I also believe that you need to put the right pieces around him because in the NFL, one person ain't getting it done. It's got to be a team and it's got to be a culture. And so I'll be rooting for Trevor, and he's a great young man, but I also think he needs support as well.
All right, I'm going to leave you with this one. I'm going to take you back a decade. Our buddy Martin Buckley, you're outside his shop, TD Autographs, and in the Avenues Mall, you're this star quarterback from Jacksonville signing autographs. There's a couple of hours worth of people waiting in line to meet Tim Tebow. And in that line is a kid that says, I want to be like Tim Tebow. And that kid last night won a national championship for Alabama. He probably isn't the only kid that said that. But what does that mean to you that Mac Jones has willingly said, Tim Tebow was the guy I wanted to be like, and now like a decade or so later, he's the guy?
Well, it means a lot. I've always really tried to take the platform that God has given me and the influence that I've been given very serious and intentional, and to try to be a great role model, someone like Danny was to me. And I'm grateful if I had any positive impact on Mac, because that's just so much more important than a game will ever be. If you're able to make someone's life better, if you're able to invest in them, to encourage them, to uplift them, it's just so important. I believe one of the greatest things we can do in life is make someone else's life better. And I'll tell you, I'm so proud of Mac, the way he's handled it. It's hard to root for an Alabama guy, but it's easy to root for Mac Jones. Everything that he has done, his mindset, his competitiveness, his determination. I think there's a lot of young kids looking up to Mac Jones right now, and I think they should be.
It's easy to root for Jacksonville guys, Mac Jones, like Tim Tebow as well. The Tim Tebow Foundation, Faith and Family Night with the Jacksonville Icemen on Friday night, part owner of the Icemen. I'm telling you, somewhere in this tenure, we got to get you to put skates on and play for the Icemen.
Hey, listen, the most I know about hockey is Miracle and the Mighty Ducks, okay?
Tim, be well, man. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Talk soon, man.